Say 2 years ago, if you put a switch, there was no lights. If you go onto the road, there were no buses and cars. Why? There was petrol shortage, there was diesel shortage.
இம்முறை ஜனாதிபதி தேர்தலிலே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க ஐக்கிய தேசிய கட்சியிலே போட்டியிடாமல் சுயேட்சையாக கட்டுப்பணம் செலுத்தியிருக்கிறார். அது ஏன்?
That's a very critical point, and the question you asked. Social media can say so, but the hearts and minds of people will say different. You know what the people in Jaffna are thinking.
Namal Rajapaksa said earlier, Ranil Wickremesinghe divided LTT like that SLPP also.
தேர்தலிலே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க வெற்றி பெறுவதற்கு தமிழ் மக்களினுடைய வாக்கு தேவை என்று நினைக்கிறீர்களா?
I don't think these are people who can't gather any vote that basically says they'll bring a Tamil candidate.
ஊழல்வாதிகளை இதுவரையில் ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க விசாரிக்கவில்லை, அவர்களை பாதுகாத்துத்தான் வந்திருக்கிறார் என்ற ஒரு விடயம் சொல்லப்படுகிறது. ஆகவே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க எப்படி நிர்வாக சீர்கேட்டை சரியாக ஒழுங்கமைத்து இந்த பொருளாதாரத்தை கட்டி எழுப்ப வருவார்?
They went to court, everybody gave answer. What the court wants was being followed. People, it's very easy to say this, that and the other, but you've got to walk the talk.
திகதி அறிவிக்கப்பட்டாலும் இறுதி நேரத்தில் ஏதாவது நடக்கும் என்று சில கருத்துக்கள் இருக்கிறது.
There won't be. This is a serious election. Presidential generally is people's election. Local elections is something that is related to drains and roads and things like that. I think when you finish the elections, Ranil Wickremesinghe wins. Within the next 1 year, you must ensure that this problem is done for life.
ஆனால் ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கவை நாங்கள் நம்ப முடியாத ஒரு சூழ்நிலை இருக்கிறது. வணக்கம் நேயர்களே, மற்றும் ஒரு ஞாயிறு இரவு பொழுதில் இன்றைய நாளிலும் உங்களை ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியில் சந்திப்பதில் மகிழ்ச்சி. ஒவ்வொரு ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமையும் ஒவ்வொரு அதிதிகளை ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியை களம் கொண்டு வருகிறது. இன்னும் ஒரு அரசியல் பிரதிநிதி ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியை காத்திருக்கிறார். குறிப்பாக எமது தமிழ் பரப்பில் இருக்கின்ற அரசியல்வாதிகள் வளமையாக கலந்து கொள்வது உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். இன்று நாங்கள் தென்னிலங்கையைச் சேர்ந்த ஒரு அரசியல் பிரதிநிதியோடு ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சி களம் காண இருக்கிறது. இந்த ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சி ஆங்கில மொழி மூலம் உங்களுக்கு வர இருக்கிறது. தமிழ் மொழி மூலமான கேள்விகளுக்கு பல கேள்விகளை நான் தொடுக்க இருக்கிறேன். ஆகவே அதனை மொழியாக்கம் செய்து ஆங்கில மொழி மூல நேர்காணலுக்காக சுகந்தா துசீதர் அவர்களும் இன்றைய ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சி இணைந்து கொள்கிறார். வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
இன்றைய ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்து சிறப்பிக்கின்றார் முன்னாள் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர், முன்னாள் நிதியமைச்சர், வெளிவிவகார அமைச்சர் என பல அமைச்சு பதவிகளை வகித்த ஐக்கிய தேசிய கட்சியினுடைய முக்கியமான அரசியல் பிரதிநிதி ரவி கருணாநாயக் அவர்கள் இன்றைய ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்து சிறப்பிக்கின்றார். வணக்கம்.
வணக்கம்.
முதலிலே சமகால அரசியல் விடய பரப்புகள் செல்லலாம். இம்முறை ஜனாதிபதி தேர்தலிலே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க ஐக்கிய தேசிய கட்சியிலே போட்டியிடாமல் சுயேட்சையாக கட்டுப்பணம் செலுத்தியிருக்கிறார். அது ஏன்?
In this election, Ranil Wickremesinghe placed the deposit in independent candidate.
That's right.
Why he contest in UNP and he is now contesting independent candidate. Why?
Firstly, thank you very much for both of you all for giving me this opportunity, and it's a very critical point. And the question you asked, when he was elected into parliament, during this from parliament to president, he made one solemn promise. That was to say, I have been given a country to get out of the bankruptcy and ensure that the people, the suffering is eliminated. Within the 2 years, he did his best. You could see that there are no queues that are there. Life is difficult, but at least you're able to breathe and get things moving. So at that particular moment, he said, once I accomplish my task, because I got elected from the parliament and all political parties have supported. So I will relinquish myself and come as an independent candidate so that everybody can help in the process. Because he is a strong believer that we should be having a strong Sri Lankan identity. Sinhalese, the Tamils, the Muslims, Burghers, Malays, all must live as Sri Lankans rather than compartmentalize ourselves into racial, religious barriers. So he made the country come out of bankruptcy, and he thought best is to keep to the word that he made, come as an independent candidate. Because if you use one party, then it will look very overbalanced onto one side. But when you come independent, everybody can help.
ஸ்ரீலங்கா பொதுஜன பெரமுன இவ்வளவு காலம் உங்களுக்கான ஆதரவை வழங்கியிருந்தது. அண்மையிலே நாமல் ராஜபக்ஷ ஒரு விடயத்தை சொல்கின்றார். ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க விடுதலை புலிகளை பிரித்தார். ஸ்ரீலங்கா சுதந்திர கட்சியை பிரித்தார், இப்போது பொதுஜன பெரமுனவையும் பிரித்து விட்டார் என்ற ஒரு கருத்தை சொல்கிறார். அதுக்கு பிறகு ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க தனியே சுயேட்சையாக வேட்பாளராக ஜனாதிபதி வேட்பாளர் தாக்கல் செய்கிறார். இது ஒரு மறைமுக நாடகமாக இருக்குமா? ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க அதை போன்று மஹிந்த ராஜபக்ஷ பெரமுன அணியினர் சேர்ந்து பிரிந்து நின்று இந்த தேர்தலிலே போட்டியிடுவது போல ஒரு நாடகம் ஒன்று தோற்றப்பாடு செய்யப்படுகிறதா?
Ranil Wickremesinghe is independent candidate now. But SLPP, Namal Rajapaksa said earlier, Ranil Wickremesinghe divided LTT like that SLPP also. Now, is there any drama that SLPP and Ranil Rajapaksa, there is a image. Now you are in two sides. So, is there any drama like?
No, Sukhanti, there is no such thing at all. It was a situation when he got elected. He was one UMP member, so he had to get the support of everybody. And I must thank everybody who gave him the support, and everybody supported. But at that moment he said, I'll resurrect the economy and bring the country out of bankruptcy, but my job is to protect the country, the people, and not any individuals or any political party. So when he went through, he had to bring discipline in, he had to bring a sense of decorum in, and he also had to realize the wishes of the people. So that is the reason why he basically stood the course. Now that would have had some impact and upset certain people's thinking, but he did it for the collective good of the country. So on that particular basis, various people can say various things, but end of the day, you've got to ensure the Sri Lankan society is one, because the country went into bankruptcy because they didn't go the correct way. So when you are coming out of it, you must have a sense of decorum and also the promise that he gave the people. So today there may be heartburns among one or two, but I'm sure that is something of the past, because otherwise 102 members of a political party can't support if things are not going the right way. So I think it is a corrective action. I don't think you broke anybody. That's very unfair to say broke this, that and the other. It's good negotiation skill. I mean, so I don't think you can say break this, break that. You made everything. You made the economy. Others broke the economy, he made the economy. Others basically didn't have financial discipline, he brought the financial discipline. Others were eccentric and also racial oriented. I don't think anybody is worried to say now he can live as a Sri Lankan. Otherwise you say something in Colombo, another lot in Jaffna, another lot in Hambantota, another lot in Batikro, different story in upcountry. But here is one person who says the same thing, whether it is Sri Lanka or international.
பொதுஜன பெரமுன பாராளுமன்றத்திலே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கவை ஜனாதிபதியாக கொண்டு வருவதற்கு முழுமையான பங்காற்றியிருந்தார்கள். தொடர்ந்து நாட்டினுடைய பொருளாதார சுமையை மீட்டெடுப்பதற்காக செயற்பட்டிருந்தார்கள். ஆனால் ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க ஜனாதிபதி வேட்பாளராக வரும்போது பொதுஜன பெரமுன அதற்கு ஆதரவளிக்க மாட்டோம் என்று சொல்கிறார்கள். அது ஏன்?
Now SLPP told that we don't support to Ranil Wickremesinghe, and they are announcing that they have independent candidate. Like 7th, they will announce a name like that. They told. So earlier they support SLPP supported to Ranil Wickremesinghe. Now why they are not supporting?
I think they basically wanted to say to come through SLPP, but that he said that he was going to be independent. So because of that, they wanted a party identity. But I don't think the people expected a party identity. I mean, then he could have come as UMP. So he came out of the party in order to ensure that everybody feels comfortable in the process. So nobody can say he is a person of his party. Now he's coming as an independent, everybody can support that. So some party members may think that they will basically say they're bringing independence, but that's their choice. But then out of the party, 102 members can't be supporting if things are not gone the right way. So my feeling is nothing else but a wrong miscalculation in the way it should be done. There has to be a spirit and a character in doing it.
If SLPP contests separately, it will affect Ranil Wickremesinghe's votes.
People voted them in and then got out of them saying we don't want to see them again. Now before that, the people of the opposition were saying that he is trying to protect a political party, a family, etc. and made noises saying Ranil Rajapaksa, etc. Now what are they going to say? Opposition can't say anything. Now it's Ranil Wickremesinghe. But he has made the country. He has not brought any chauvinism into the system. He is looking at trying to solve the other issues that are there. So because others can't do it, doesn't mean that Ranil can't do it. He has done and performed it.
சஜித் பிரேமதாச, அனுரகுமார திசாநாயக்க, ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க மூவருக்கும் இடையில் தான் போட்டி அதிகரிக்கப்படும் என்று கருத்து கணிப்பு சொல்லப்படுகிறது. ஆனாலும் அண்மைய இந்த இணையதள தரவுகள் அதனுடைய கருத்து கணிப்புகளிலே அனுரகுமார திசாநாயக்காவுக்கு ஆதரவு அதிகமாக இருப்பதாக சொல்லப்படுகிறது. ஆகவே இந்த இருவருக்கு இடையிலான போட்டியில் எப்படி ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க ஜனாதிபதியாக தெரிவு செய்வதற்கான வாக்குறுதிகளை மக்களுக்கு செல்ல போகிறார்?
There is main candidates like Sajid and then Anura, now Ranil Wickremesinghe. People says and according to the websites, Anura is in the leading position. Like how can survive like Ranil Wickremesinghe between them?
People, social media can say so, but the hearts and the minds of people will say different. You know what the people in Jaffna are thinking. You know what the people in Colombo are thinking. You know what the people in the rest of the country are thinking. I mean, just because you are social media. Now, up to last week, they said Ranil Wickremesinghe won't come. He won't contest. There won't be election. He was the first person to pay his deposit into the election when the nominations were called. So what more than that?
ஆனால் அதே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே தான் நாடாளுமன்றத்திலே தெரிவு செய்யப்படாமல் தேசிய பட்டியல் மூலம் வந்தவர். மக்கள் அவருக்கு வாக்களிக்கவில்லை. ஆகவே இந்த தேர்தலில் அது எப்படி இவ்வளவு காலத்தில் அது சாத்தியப்படுத்த முடியும்?
He was the national one without the parliamentary, right?
Yes. He got through with the preference vote.
Yeah.
He got through the bonus vote.
Yeah.
Then how can he win like now?
Well, what he couldn't do by election, because people rejected at that moment, but wasn't he the one who resurrected the economy? Say 2 years ago, if you put a switch, there was no lights. If you go onto the road, there were no buses and cars. Why? There was petrol shortage, there was diesel shortage. Sometimes the family members, the mother was in the gas queue, the father was in the kerosene oil queue, and the children were going after getting medicine, others were going after fertilizer. That's no problem, not there. So one member was able to storm the parliament with the help of the other parties, managed to do this particular one. So you don't blame the person who did it. You must castigate the people who didn't do it. So, I mean, that is the reason why people believe that this guy has done something.
இப்போ தேர்தலிலே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே வெற்றி பெறுவதற்கு தமிழ் மக்களினுடைய வாக்கு தேவை என்று நினைக்கிறீர்களா?
Do you think that our Tamil community people's vote need to Ranil Wickremesinghe to win?
My feeling is there will be a superb vote that will come in, because Ranil Wickremesinghe, even in 2005, people respected. He told the truth. He said he's the way to do it. Sometimes from other areas they basically looked at different, but finally what he said then is still valid. So the people have confidence in Ranil, even though others try to say it in a different way. We have lost elections because we told the truth. So that's the difference in Wickremesinghe as opposed to others who tell something in Colombo and says another thing in Jaffna. When he goes to Southern, you tell another story. So I think the people have the confidence, and he's the only one who has the experience to do that. Now, if you are running a media station, you get the best people. That's why you are interviewing. You won't give somebody in the road to come and question. You have to have experience. That experience is what matters. See the previous 215 to 219, you saw how well the country went. But then they defeated in 219 expecting the next lot to do better. Finally it went up bankruptcy. So you have got to ensure you trust on competence.
இந்த நேரத்தில் தமிழ் பொது வேட்பாளர் என்கின்ற ஒரு விடயத்தை ஒரு பொது கட்டமைப்பாக மேற்கொண்டு வருகிறார்கள். ஏனென்றால் கடந்த காலத்திலே வந்த சிங்கள ஜனாதிபதிகள் யாருமே தமிழ் மக்களுக்கான ஒரு தீர்வையோ பொருளாதார ரீதியில் ஒரு விடயத்தையோ தரவில்லை. ஆகவே நாங்கள் ஒரு தமிழ் பொது வேட்பாளரை நோக்கி வாக்களிப்போம் என்ற ஒரு திட்டத்தை தமிழ் மக்களினுடைய வாக்கு வங்கியை நிரப்புகிறார்கள். அவை அது அவ்வாறு இருக்க எப்படி உங்களுக்கான வாய்ப்பு சாதகமாக பயன்படும்?
Now the northern politicians make the Tamil independent candidate. If our Tamil people decide to vote a Tamil independent candidate, what do you think, how will affect our Ranil Wickremesinghe's vote?
Well, I think the Tamil people are much more astute than the political parties. I don't think these are people who can't gather any vote that basically says they'll bring a Tamil candidate. Tamils have identity of their own. They want to back a winning candidate. They don't want to show they also ran the election. They want to be part and parcel. They don't want to show themselves as racist religious people. Now, in Colombo, Tamils vote me as a Sinhalese and they go on. So likewise, there is an acceptance factor that they have competence and confidence people. Just because you put a candidate Tamil doesn't mean you can do anything. But what can you? Can get from here some amount of vote, but that will make you a president. So why should the Tamils risk a person and show on like a protest vote? They would have done it before, but they will never do it at this moment. The country came out of bankruptcy. So I think, as you asked, my feeling is that all, whether it's Tamil, Muslims, Sinhalese, Burghers, Malays, all will have full confidence in running.
தமிழ் மக்கள் நீண்ட நாட்களாக இனப்பிரச்சினை தொடர்பான விடயத்தை கடந்து வந்த அரசாங்கத்திடம் முன்வைத்திருந்தார்கள். ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க ஆட்சியில் இருந்த காலத்தில் நல்லாட்சி 2015 தேர்தலில் மைத்திரிபால ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க இணைந்த ஆட்சியிலே ஒரு அரசியல் தீர்வை கொண்டு வருவதாக உறுதிமொழி வழங்கியிருந்தார்கள். ஆனால் இறுதி நேரத்தில் அதை வழங்கவில்லை. இப்போது 13 என்கின்ற விடயத்தை பேசிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறார். ஆனால் சஜித் பிரேமதாசவும் அன்ருகுமார திசாநாயக்கவும் 13 தருவோம் என்கின்ற ஒரு விடயத்தை சொல்கிறார். ஆகவே தமிழ் மக்கள் ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கவிற்கு வாக்களித்தால் ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க தமிழ் மக்களுக்கு அரசியல் தீர்வுக்கு என்ன செய்வார்?
Now Sajid and Anur are saying the 13th amendment they will implement it. But in earlier Ranil Wickremesinghe and Maitri they came into the power, but they didn't do anything to the Tamil community for the ethnic problem. Now they are telling they will give the 13th amendment, but you can't give the word because you came into the power earlier and you didn't do the 13th now what will he do?
No, that's a completely wrong impression. 13th amendment was brought by whom? The UMP and Jayajawardena, right? Who is the one who went to courts against it? JVP. Now they are saying they'll give 13th amendment. Why did they go to court to do that? So they have proven their insincerity. Then the other opposition candidate, when we were in the government in 2015 to 2019, it was the President Maithripala and Prime Minister Wickremesinghe that promised together. They went, they had all-party conference, and all the political parties signed only after 2019 in February that all of them signed. Until that time, nobody signed. So he had the document to say everybody is willing to go as much as possible on the 13th Amendment. 13th Amendment is not something which is inimical. There are the problems between the police and the land. Then all the political parties during that 2015-2019 period got together, had 432 meetings, and finally all agreed to the maximum way that they can do it. So Ranil Wickremesinghe thereafter said, this is the way that we are going to go forward. But there were parties at that particular point said, don't bring it now, bring it later, because there were some problems still within the Tamil parties. So that was the difference. So thereafter, the opposition members that are talking now that want to give 13th amendment, earlier they were saying they can't give anything at all. They were the ones who were creating all unwanted problems. Ranil was the only one who said, we'll give the 13th amendment. He was scolded in party, saying you are trying to give too much to the minorities. So I think those are hypocrisy. Ranil lost elections because of saying the truth and moving forward. So I don't think this should be debated anymore. It is the genuineness as to how it has happened, how it is handled. And that's the way that will go forward.
நாட்டை முன்னோக்கி செல்ல வேண்டுமாக இருந்தால் இனப்பிரச்சனைக்கான தீர்வு ஒன்று தீர்க்கப்பட வேண்டும் என்று சொல்வார்கள். பொருளாதாரத்தை கட்டமைக்க வேண்டும் என்று சொல்வார்கள். அதேபோன்று நிர்வாக சீர்கேடுகளை சரி செய்ய வேண்டும். சிஸ்டம் சேஞ்ச் என்று சொல்வார்கள் ஆங்கிலத்தில். இதனை சரி செய்தால்தான் நாட்டை கட்டி எழுப்ப முடியும் என்று சொல்வார்கள். ஆனால் ஊழல்வாதிகளை இதுவரையில் ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே விசாரிக்கவில்லை. அவர்களை பாதுகாத்துத்தான் வந்திருக்கிறார் என்ற ஒரு விடயம் சொல்லப்படுகிறது. ஆகவே ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே எப்படி நிர்வாக சீர்கேட்டை சரியாக ஒழுங்கமைத்து இந்த பொருளாதாரத்தை கட்டி எழுப்ப வருவார்?
Ranil Wickremesinghe, everyone to tell Ranil Wickremesinghe supports to the corruption, who involved in the corruption. So how can he do the management changes like in country?
What is the thing? Now, when he basically says so, didn't he take all the necessary court action? They went to court, everybody gave an answer. What the court wants was being followed. People, it's very easy to say this, that and the other. But you've got to walk the talk. Now NPP says they had 435. Why didn't they go to court? Drop of a hat there in court. Why didn't they go to court? Now they went for 13th Amendment, they went to court. They go for anything and everything. Why didn't they have, if they had the files, they should go now. They make a noise out of it because they know they can never come to power. So they make a case that this is the way it is and try to show that what is difficult to be shown is shown that this is the corrupt element. So everybody went to court, every action. Tell me one person he stopped doing it. So I think that's a genuine approach. He has nobody to protect. And that's the reason why I think the others also said that, sometimes we are unable to back. Because he basically had a promise to the people. And that's the basis he was going forward.
தமிழ் மக்களினுடைய நீண்ட நாள்
Sorry, I need to answer one more before. When President Wickremesinghe got elected, the last question you asked me, the 13th Amendment, he got all the Tamil parties, all the political parties, in order to try to get it moving. But it was the Tamil parties that didn't support, and the opposition boycotted. So if there was a genuine interest, all these people should have given at that time support to do it now.
Including police and land?
The land was, yes. Police, there was an issue to a certain level because he said what the people want. You can't give something to one area and create a problem in the entire country. So what he said was ensure that the police is given with the will of the people. You can give it to one level of it. Not the DIG level. They agreed on certain things that is there. So you have got to be, it should be people friendly. Not to give just for the sake of saying here is power, there is power, etc. But there were certain issues. When they had an issue, police have to come and catch from a certain area. If they do something, go to the other area and try to shield in that area, then that creates a problem. So land was not the issue at all. Police, where all the parties were agreed in parliament, they were willing to give it.
ஜனாதிபதியாக ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்க மீண்டும் தெரிவு செய்யப்பட்டால் தமிழ் மக்களுக்கான இனப்பிரச்சனைக்கான தீர்வாக எதை அவர் மக்களுக்கு சொல்லுவார்?
If he elected again as a president, what will he give us to the Tamil community for the ethnic problem?
Yes, the question that you asked, my wish is that he will get elected with the will of the people. When he gets elected, what he could basically do, he will mobilize the support of everybody and that he has got a fresh mandate, ensure that it will be given not only to the Tamils, it will be given to the Sri Lankans. It will be a Tamil, Sinhalese, Muslims, all can live. I don't want to come and answer one specific question and say just to hoodwink one lot that the other way. It will be given to solve the problem overall. Because this can't go on like this ever anymore. Problem has come and gone. We need a solution. And the problems that the Tamils face in the northern area is the same that they face in the southern and the other areas, northern areas, the eastern areas, where there are more Tamils now living outside northern province in the rest of the area. They live comfortably. So it is a mistrust that was there, misunderstanding that is there. Now we got to get now the lands that were there. We are given land. 1 month ago he came and gave the lands to the people. They never thought. How many people were emotionally crying for what they got? So the farmers are getting land. The people are getting their rights that they lost out. So I think he is the only one who has walked the talk.
தெற்கை சமாளிப்பதற்கான ஒரு பதிலாகத்தான் இருக்கிறது. எல்லோருமே ஒன்று என்கின்ற ஒரு விடயத்தை சொல்லி எங்களுக்கான தீர்வு என்ன என்பதிலிருந்து நீங்கள் தப்பித்துக் கொள்ளத்தான் பதில் சொல்கிறீர்கள். ஆகவே நாங்கள் 1948 இருந்து போராடி கொண்டிருக்கின்ற ஒரு இனமாக எங்களுடைய பிரச்சனைகளை முன்வைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். ஆகவே இங்கே ஒரு வாக்கை நீங்கள் கொடுத்து விட்டால் தெற்கிலே உங்களுடைய வாக்கு வங்கிக்கு பிரச்சனை வந்துவிடுமோ என்று நீங்கள் ஒரு நாடு என்கின்ற ஒரு இடத்தை சொல்லி அவர் தப்பித்துக் கொள்கிறாரான்.
You asked about Tamil's problems, but you are saying to the whole country, like Sinhalese and every people, that your answer is we ask about Tamil, only Tamil people. You are saving the Sinhalese people's vote like that. That's why only you are saying all the country.
No, I don't want to be hypocrite. This country is of all. The social demography is of the social fabric is the amalgamation of all of them. So if I just answer one, Tamil problem will be solved. But while solving that problem, there are other issues that are there, the Sinhala and the Muslim problem also to be solved. 90%, 95% economic problems. So you solve that problem, the hunger in the Tamils is the same as the hunger in the Sinhalese and the Muslims. The land issues is one of the same. When you all had powers under the 2015, 2019 government, I was the finance minister. We gave all the monies to the provincial councils that were there by the Tamils. What did they issue? They did nothing. 85% of the money was not used. So then what is the issue? Is it something that we didn't give? No, everything was given. They didn't use it. But they were fighting among themselves. So don't use this as a Tamil Sinhalese problem. The country has gone through too much agony. Use it as a problem, national problem. Everybody suffers in the process. So on that basis, that's why there has been misunderstanding, misrepresentation. Let's get it all hold the hands and get this problem sealed for life. That's why I didn't answer in that way. It's very easy to come to a Tamil station and tell, here it is our good, we'll do it. No, be honest. Why? That is why even though in 220, we basically told that this country economy has to be made, we need $7 billion to get it. They thought we were lying. Finally, when the country went bankrupt, that's what they basically said we require, 7 billion.
தேர்தல் நடைபெறுவதற்கான வாய்ப்பு இல்லை. திகதி அறிவிக்கப்பட்டாலும் இறுதி நேரத்தில் ஏதாவது நடக்கும் என்று சில கருத்துக்கள் இருக்கிறது. குறிப்பாக உள்ளூராட்சி மன்ற தேர்தலிலே வேட்புமனு தாக்கல் செய்யப்பட்ட பிறகும் தேர்தல் இன்று வரை நடைபெறவில்லை, கைவிடப்பட்டிருக்கிறது. ஆகவே இந்த ஜனாதிபதி தேர்தலும் கடைசி வரை நடந்தால்தான் நம்ப முடியும். நடக்குமா என்ற ஒரு எதிர்பார்ப்பு இன்று வரை ஊடகவியலாளர்கள் உட்பட பலருக்கு இருக்கிறது. உண்மையில் நடக்குமா தேர்தல்?
Last time the local election, in the last period they gave up the election. Like that the presidential election will be.
There won't be. This is a serious election. Presidential generally is people's election. Local elections is something that is related to drains and roads and things like that. So that was not an essential one. Country was bankrupt. Your people are suffering. Having elections and losing 15 billion is not the answer. But what we want to basically do is to ensure that this is, the people have got to answer. There will be election. Earlier they said elections won't be held. Then they said Ranil won't come. Then now we are saying postpone. No, it won't. It will be held before the 17th of October 2024, and the people, I hope they will substantially through Ranil Wickremesinghe as their president.
Will the president dissolve the parliament before the presidential election?
No, there's no necessity. And also one other question to the previous one you asked, I'm trying to safeguard, the Sinhalese vote or whatever. No, mine is genuine. If I may ask the question the other way, when you give a solution, you don't expect Tamils from the southern to come to northern province. They can live anywhere. Why you only call one particular area? Let the Tamils claim the entire country is theirs. Let the Sinhalese claim the country is theirs. Let the Muslims feel the country is theirs. Why call in one particular area? When you feel the entire country is ours, it's far better than say I am in a small corner in a particular area. So I want to be genuine rather than just hoodwink, just for the sake of trying to go after certain, which some do. Right? Now there are certain politicians that come and said that it implemented, they go to Canada and say yes, and they come to Colombo and say no, I told you different. It's the same way which basically others, they go after Sinhala Buddhists in one area, come to northern and say we'll embrace, and go out and say no, I told it in that area.
மீண்டும் நான் நமது தமிழ் மக்களினுடைய இனப்பிரச்சனை தொடர்பான விடயத்திற்கே வர வேண்டும். 2009 யுத்தம் நிறைவடைந்ததற்கு பிறகு 3 ஜனாதிபதி தேர்தலை தமிழ் மக்கள் சந்தித்தார்கள். 2010 மஹிந்த ராஜபக்ஷ வந்தார், 2015 மைத்ரிபால சிறிசேன வந்தார், 2020 கோட்டபாய ராஜபக்ஷ அவர்கள் ஜனாதிபதியாக வந்தார். ஆனால் இந்த 3 ஜனாதிபதிகளுமே தமிழ் மக்களுக்கு எதையும் செய்யவில்லை. அபிவிருத்தி வேறு, தமிழ் மக்கள் எதிர்பார்க்கிற நீண்டகால உரிமைகளை செய்யவில்லை என்று சொல்கிறார். ஆகவே இனி வருகின்ற தேர்தலில் எப்படி மக்கள் நம்புவது?
The 2019 ethnic problem, we faced 3 presidents, Gotabaya and Maitri, Mahinda. Now how can we believe that you will give us a permanent solution to the ethnic problem?
Well, that's a very, very fair question. I think when you finish the elections, Ranil Wickremesinghe wins, within the next 1 year, you must ensure that this problem is done for life. Done for, finish it in one sense or all, is what everybody believes in getting, which has come almost to 99%. Yeah, as quite rightly asked about the police power, that's the only one you have a small problem. But that also has to be done with, everybody has to accept it. But to serve where all the political parties sat and signed the agreement, they basically said, okay, he is getting this powers is good enough. Now today, in Jaffna, we have been having 12 meetings today. The biggest call is that they want to have Sinhalese policemen able to speak Tamil not Tamil policemen speak in Tamil. That's what is the actual situation today.
ஆனால் ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கவை நாங்கள் நம்ப முடியாத ஒரு சூழ்நிலை இருக்கிறது. சந்திரிகா பண்டாரநாயக்க ஆட்சியில் இருக்கும்போது பிராந்தியங்களில் ஒன்றிணைந்த கூட்டு என்கின்ற ஒரு விடயத்தை கொண்டு வரும்போது அதை ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே எதிர்த்ததற்கான வாய்ப்பு இருக்கிறது. அதே போல விடுதலை புலிகள் ஒரு வாக்குறுதியை தாருங்கள், உங்களுக்கு மக்களை ஆதரவளிக்க விடுகிறோம் என்ற விடயம் சொல்லும்போது ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே அதை ஏற்க மறுக்கிறார். அதேபோல் நல்லாட்சி காலத்திலும் உங்களுக்கான அரசியல் யாப்பு வரும் என்று சொல்லியிருந்தார், வரவில்லை. அப்படி இவ்வாறு இனப்பிரச்சனைக்கான தீர்வு ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே அவனுடைய கடந்த காலங்களிலே நாங்கள் தவறி வரும்போது எப்படி மீண்டும் நாங்கள் அவரை நம்புவது?
Again he comes to the point, in the last, when you are in the power, you didn't give us any solution. How can we believe you?
How can you say? Yeah, thank you for answering that question. When you say Chandrika Kumaratunga in the 94-99 period, they brought a proposal, but that was a proposal not to solve the Tamil issue. It was a thing to get the period and her thing into the constitution change. So it was not something for this ethnic issue. Because ethnic issue, it was very clear as to who was at what place and how far things are going on. Chandrika Kumaratunga wanted it adopted into the constitution and to get changes done for the constitution, adding on certain aspects of the ethnic issue. So we said, bring this separately. Don't bring constitution, that had another term that could have extended her time. We didn't want to get those things done. Ethnic issue was what Ranil stood very firm at that time. Then you said the LTT wanted a certain assurance. But as a political party, you give assurances to the political party, to the people, and within the democratic framework. Yes, at that time there was a negotiation. At that time they negotiated themselves into a discussion. And what happened at that particular moment? They said, we'll do this, but the people in Northern Province didn't vote. He lost by 182,000 votes. Yeah. So how can you vote, assist in doing something when the people rejected it? So that's the second time he lost out in giving answer. Then in 2015, what he said was, we are just carrying this problem on. We want a mandate to solve this problem. It was given. They basically got all the political parties. And at that particular moment, we gave the most broadest approval to the 13th Amendment through the provincial council system, chief minister elected by the Tamils in this area. We gave all the money, and 85% of the money was not utilized by them. So at that particular moment, all wanted an all-party conference. They had 452 or 62 meetings, where President Wickremesinghe now was the chairman as the Prime Minister. Everybody solved and came to a solution. That is what he wants to get it done and finished now. So I think the people have to have some confidence somewhere. This has to be solved now, and that's the level that it is. And once again, to ask the question, it is a solving of an issue of the entire country, not a subsection in a particular country. So I think that is the best way forward, and it will be done. People should have some confidence and faith in the process. And I think that particular point can only be done by President Wickremesinghe. When you have your land, land has been given. When you have the problem with farmers, farmers have been given their land. Today, desalination plant was opened in Kilinochchi, coming into Jaffna, solving 40% of the problem. Who did that before? When I was the finance minister, President Wickremesinghe wanted me to sign it off. We gave the desalination plant then. So we are solving the problem. Housing issues are basically, you saw 1 month ago, deeds were given to the Tamil people for their living. In Colombo, the same Tamils are getting houses just like the Sinhalese and the Muslims. So I can't basically say where we have not helped. Only help if you say that we have not done is try to say the 13th Amendment. Everybody else has to basically get involved in the process. So I think genuinely, the only people who wanted to do this was Ranil Wickremesinghe. He wants to get the support of everybody, and he has got it. And that's where he wants a mandate of the people to do so. And I don't think anybody has the courage to do what he has done. Others will talk, but we will ensure we deliver.
நிகழ்ச்சியினுடைய நிறைவாக ஒரு கேள்வி. ரணில் விக்ரமசிங்கே சார்பிலே எமது பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கின்ற தமிழ் மக்களுக்கு என்ன வாக்குறுதிகளை இந்த ஜனாதிபதி தேர்தல் காலத்திலே வழங்கப் போகிறீர்கள்?
According to Ranil Wickremesinghe, what will you assure to the people according to Ranil Wickremesinghe? What he will do after the
To the
election?
people.
Yeah, to the people.
Yes, thank you. I think what we basically will do is to ensure that there is the promise that was given will be carried out, decent governance, the corrupt-free governance, and to ensure that the people's promises of able to solve Sri Lanka's vex issue once and for all. This has where it will be a country by the people, for the people, through the people, and where the Sinhalese, the Tamils, the Muslim, Burghers, Malays all can live as one happy country. And that promise is what I can basically say. If we say something, we do it. And that's the promise that we basically go on.
Okay. இதோடு நாங்கள் இன்றைய ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியை நிறைவுக்கு கொண்டு வரலாம். இன்றைய ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியிலே கலந்து சிறப்பித்திருந்தார் முன்னாள் நிதியமைச்சர், வெளிவிவகார அமைச்சர் என பல அமைச்சர்களில் பதவி வகித்தவர், முன்னாள் நாடாளுமன்ற உறுப்பினர், ஐக்கிய தேசிய கட்சியினுடைய முக்கிய பிரதிநிதியாக யாழ்ப்பாணம் வருகை தரும்போது எமது கலையகத்திற்கு வருகை தந்திருந்தார் ரவி கருணாநாயக் அவர்கள். அவருக்கு எங்களுடைய மனமார்ந்த நன்றிகளை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம். இத்துடன் இந்த ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சி நிறைவுக்கு வருகிறது. தொடர்ந்தும் எதிர்வரும் ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை ஸ்பாட்லைட் நிகழ்ச்சியில் மற்றொரு பிரதிநிதியோடு உங்கள் அனைவரையும் சந்திக்கலாம். வணக்கம் நேயர்களே.